Hey guys, my name is Ray, and today's the day that we're going to be talking about the cast change that is coming next week on House of the Dragon. Now, to be honest, guys, I am extremely excited and extremely nervous about this shakeup that's coming up. And I'd like to think that it's for like two reasons, right? One, Milly Alcock and Emily Carey have done an excellent job, in my opinion. So to me, I'm of the mindset that it really just falls into what place you fall into, right? Either you like Emily Carey and Milly Alcocks Performance and you're enjoying it, and or if you don't and you're excited for a change up in House of the Dragon, and you're gonna get either or, right? But I believe that the majority of the fandom has actually enjoyed Milly Alcock and Emily Carey as young Alicent and Rhaenyra. That being said, the shakeup is coming just like winter was, and it's right here around the corner. So I wanted to talk about this because I have seen people in the fandom talking about, oh my god, this might make the show go downhill after this, right? Like, this might make or break the rest of the series. Because if you know anything about the Dance of the Dragons, you know basically that all the upside is towards the latter end of the story, right? Like, the craziest stuff happens later on in the story of the House of the Dance of the Dragons. So I know a lot of in the fandom are like, oh my god, the world is ending. Oh my god, the dragons are dying. Oh my god, they're killing off basically characters, right? Because these characters are gone after the next episode. Or not the characters, but at least the actors, right? The people that we are used to seeing portraying these characters are going to be gone next week, never to maybe be seen again, which is insane. And you know what? Season 1 of Game of Thrones would probably be the best example. I mean, when we look at what they did in season 1, right? Like, they lost some pretty heavy hitting characters. We lost Ned, we lost Khal Drogo, Robert Baratheon, and that basically set up everything for the future. Now, to me, the reason I bring up Game of Thrones, and I know a lot of you might be like, no, you can't bring up Game of Thrones because that's character that dies, right? Like, those characters die and are killed, and you can't compare an actor switch with a character death. And I disagree. Now, I have a couple of reasons why I disagree with that point, right? Because if you were to look at Game of Thrones, the death of those three characters specifically tends to set up what is coming in the series in the future, right? The time skip will indicate a huge change to these characters that we have grown to love, right? Rhaenyra and Alicent will not be the same. Now, interesting enough, showrunner Miguel Sapochnik did discourage them from cross-referencing Rhaenyra. Milly said, me and Emma were like, let's meet up. Alcock remembered, we wanted to have a meeting with director Miguel Sapochnik, of course, and have a discussion about Rhaenyra's progression as a character, and Miguel didn't want us to meet, which was really interesting. So we never had that discussion. Miguel was like, just trust that you both have it. I think he was aware we would be trying to mimic each other. Now, it's very interesting because it says a lot about changes that are coming to the character of Rhaenyra. For example, Milly Alcock has portrayed her as a young Targaryen princess who is the embodiment of fire and blood, who wants to shake things up and, in a sense, break the wheel. Sound familiar? Yeah, Daenerys. No shocker, right? Yeah, and trust me, I know there's a lot of similarities between Rhaenyra and Daenerys. Like, a lot. We've all seen them and heard them. But the one scene that stood out the most to me was the scene between Rhaenyra and Rhaenys, right? Because I believe that this is the best look into Rhaenyra's future. In this scene, we get a look through the eyes of Rhaenyra that was just named the heir to the Iron Throne, right? Basically, all the lords bent the knee and swore that they would back her. And then we have Rhaenys, the queen that never was, who perhaps at one point was in a similar position to Rhaenyra, right? But is shown by the Lords of Westeros that they would never accept her as a woman, as the queen of the Seven Kingdoms. Rhaenyra reminds Rhaenys that everyone bent the knee to her and called her heir, as we have seen in recent episodes since Aegon's birth, she and the other lords and ladies have not been, clicking and seeing eye to eye, which to me is huge foreshadowing as to what's coming. We all know, if you know, you know, and if you don't, you will soon enough. But for someone who wants to be queen, Rhaenyra hasn't been doing the best job of ingratiating herself with the other lords and ladies. Because, as Daemon told her, it is of great consequence if she intends to rule them, right? She doesn't believe that it matters because that's what basically Kristen Cole told her. But no, it does matter because they will revolt and they will not back you. Now, I'll just say this. We saw Daenerys get to the throne and not have the support that's needed to hold it / keep it. While I have been a huge fan of Milly Alcock, she's more Dany season 1 to 6 in my opinion. I think we might get a more fleshed out season 7 to 8 Dany mixed with a little Rhaenys from Emma D'Arcy. I have tried to not go into spoilers in this video and focusing more on what little we have seen from Emma's performance and the scenes that have been teased in the trailers and promotional material. But I do believe that they will pull an insane time skip. But I'm super curious, guys, to see what you guys think. Like, what effect will this have on the series overall for you? How excited are you? Are you not? Because I honestly believe that we might get what D&D probably should have done with season 7 and 8 for Daenerys in the time skip that's coming up soon on House of the Dragon. Like, we're going to get someone who is jaded by the world and shown that they will not be accepted, and this person try to force their way into a position where, quite frankly, the world they live in isn't ready for. But I'm extremely curious, guys, to see what you guys think. I'm going to be doing videos like this. If you guys want to see me talk about every episode, I could do that, but I haven't really been thinking about doing that just because it kind of sucked the joy out of it last time for me. I like to pick little talking points and do little videos about them and talk about them. Maybe even some news here and there. I do have a video coming up about the rumors of Henry Cavill and Elizabeth Olsen coming soon on who I think they might be playing if they are to be cast in season 2. Excited about that one. But guys, remember, today's the day. My name is Ray. All that good shit. I'm super excited to be back. That didn't even make sense, but I'm super excited, guys. My name is Ray, and peace.